Evening, everyone. How's everyone doing this evening? Just uh, all right. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing this evening?
Doing great, thank you.
All right.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, anyway, I want to first thank you for attending the event. I do have everyone allowed to speak if you want to interact, but if I can just ask you to please put your devices on mute right now, unless you're speaking, you can just unmute yourself automatically, and then it'll make it a little bit easier through the presentation, okay? All right, thank you so much. I'm just going to get started right now. And sharing my screen, hold on. Okay. All right, so first of all, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Verlene McClaney, and I'm one of the business consultants at Suffolk County Community College Entrepreneurship Program. And we just welcome you tonight to learn a little bit more about mentorship and the values of having a mentor for your small business. We're just going to chat for a little while. I have a brief video at the end of the presentation, and then I'll open the floor up for any questions. If there's some time later on you'd like to speak to me offline, we can certainly do that as well. I'll put my phone number in the chat, or Jay can put it in the chat, and we can kind of communicate later on. So just for our time's sake, we can actually, engage right now, and then if you want to meet offline, we can as well. So first of all, our topic today is the value of mentorship for your small business. And the agenda is as follows: why a mentor is a must, why we should all have a mentor. And then we want to discuss what no one ever told us about seeking a mentor for our startup. The next item is the secrets to finding and working with a mentor, and then places to find a mentor. Okay, so we'll just get started right away. The first thing we need to kind of discuss is, what does a mentor do, right? They're really going to provide us with knowledge and information. A mentor is a wealth of knowledge. They have so much information for you to share. They can help you pretty much speed up the decision, and instead of making a lot of mistakes and going the long route, they can show you the shorter route to get to your same successful endpoint. For example, they can help you with making your business plan, budgeting, daily operations of your business, helping you more importantly with strategic decisions that you might need to make, and maybe even marketing your business. Okay, mentors can help you, and because they can see where you are, right? They can help you improve step by step. They see the ways that you're doing things. They can see your faults. It's not only how you grow, but it also to how you're seeking your individual mentors to help you grow. The mentors are going to also to be very honest with you. They'll be upfront at all time, hopefully providing you with some constructive criticism that will help you grow your business. Okay, they can also to stimulate your growth personally and professionally. So what does that mean? That the mentor often would pose some questions to you, like, what do you think about something? How do you see your business growing 5 or 6 years from now? How do you see your personal life flourishing as well? They can also to help you with serious business goals that you might have, and various goals that you might have out there, and you're not really sure what to do. Mentors will also to assist you with your character and values. So when you're making decisions on whether something is right or wrong, how to treat a customer or a potential client, again, it's going to help you with your character building as well, and your brand. They're going to help you to nurture the growth of your business, and then also to teach you how to be a leader and have leadership abilities. Okay, the mentors also can serve as a soundboard for you. They can pretty much help you bounce off ideas. And this is really one of the main reasons why a mentor is so very valuable. When faced with, important decisions, we want to kind of seek out some help. So everyone needs help, whatever we're doing in whatever walk or stage in life. So a mentor can help you with that. Their unfiltered opinion can also to help you to grow with an honest assessment of what you're doing, putting you in the right direction. Okay, mentors are also twofold, right? They can help you connect with people, as well as being teachers. So they have that dual role as a teacher and a connector. They can provide you to access to individuals in your personal industry. They also can take you or invite you to certain events. to help introduce you to different people as well as opportunities. Mentors have an experience and they have the experience to help you grow and learn from your mistakes. But more importantly, they can help you do things in a shorter fashion. That's what really, cut through the chase and get to the point, and also with the quickest and the right path. They have experience in numerous areas and they can help you. So also too, mentors should be free. It shouldn't be that you're paying for mentorship unless you're paying for a business consultant or a business coach, which is a separate, service altogether. But anyway, it's priceless, right? The information that they have with you, the relationship that grows, and it will grow organically over time as you continue to contact each other and be in each other's presence. That relationship, of course, should not be driven by money. So what no one ever told us about when we're seeking a mentor for a startup, the first thing, we want to know, what do you need a mentor for? Just like anything else, why am I seeking a mentor? Why do you need it, right? For this current stage of your business. So whether you're in a startup stage, you've already been in business for 5 years, you're looking to expand your business, or you're looking to retire or close your business, you're looking for an exit strategy. So whatever stage you are in your business, you could always use a mentor. Do you need help with something specific? Or are you looking for validation for your business idea? Okay, you want to look for a mentor for something very specific or a challenge within your business. Do not look for a mentor to validate your business. And why, right? Why do I say that? And it's because they may not be your target audience. So if I'm looking to start a small restaurant and it's with a Latino flavor or something to that nature, and they're not a part of that target audience, they would not be able to encourage you that this is going to be successful because they may not even use your product. They may not value your product. So we're not using them to help validate our ideas. We're just using them to help us with specific decisions or challenges you may be faced with. Okay, number 2, we want to look to experts, not necessarily just a generalist. So what do I mean by that, right? We want to seek someone that's an expert in the area that you need help. So the example we have on the slide is, say, for example, you're spending a lot of money in your marketing efforts on Facebook without getting any return on that investment. Now, you don't want to come to a business expert that is a generalist because you're looking for someone that's an expert in marketing. So that's what you're looking for to be mentored in. So we want to, again, be specific and look for experts in different areas. Number 3, you want to be creative when you're actually searching or, looking for a mentor. So what do I mean by that? Being very, very creative in your outreach on how you're going to find this person. Usually a mentor is inundated with emails, messages of people trying to get in front of them and ask them questions. So you might be really creative in how do you get in front of that person. You might set up a platform to interview that person, get some advice from them. You might also to have a larger audience where you might send that video out that they're giving advice. To add value to their business, you might have that expert, give some type of feedback, and maybe you might follow them on social media, and then you might plug into their blogs or make comments on their articles. Or you may have other people retweet within their social media network to grow and expand their network instead of you just looking for something as well to be creative. So the secrets to finding a mentor right now. So what do we want to know? Again, know specifically what your goals are, first off, right? That mentor, you want to be tactical with that, and you want to look at how you're going to use that person. They're not going to have a magic wand to help you with all of your concerns, but certainly you want to be specific and have a tactical approach to it. Ask yourself a couple of questions. What do you want to learn from this mentor? What do you need, or where do you need to be motivated in certain areas, right? Do you need a soundboard? So you have ideas, you just want to bounce them off of someone. That's what you might need that person for. The more you understand what your needs are, the better chances you are of finding the fit or the right mentor for you, the right person. Okay, number 2, Look within your network, right? When you're identifying a mentor. So what do I mean about your own network? It could be simply, the contacts that's in your phone, right? You're walking around with a plethora of information right here. So maybe you just tap into that resource, your contacts, people that you might have went to school with, roommates, old colleagues, old college mates, whatever it may be. So your network, focus on people that you truly trust, right? Because again, they're going to be giving you sound advice. Identify people who really resonate with what you're trying to, promote, what you're all about. It's not important that you know the person very, very well, but be somewhat familiar with them. It makes it a lot easier to build the relationship because that's what you're really doing with a mentor. Over time, you're building a relationship. Don't rule out people that are not in the same industry. So I just used the example of a restaurant. So instead of actually using another restaurant owner, you might use a person who had, started a t-shirt business, but you can get the information from that client or that potential mentor, excuse me, to get started. Having outside perspective is not a bad thing as well. Also, too, you want to look at maybe mentors from different generations. So whether they're older than you, younger than you, there's a lot of information there that you didn't know, and you can tap into those resources right with your own network. Number two, keep the relationship informal and flexible. And I think this is very, very important to understand. Most entrepreneurs, like to give feedback, so they will help you. Not necessarily, again, if you're in the same industry, you're asking the same questions, you're the competitor, that might not fly too well, but certainly most entrepreneurs will give you the general principles on how to succeed, right? So I think, anyone at any level would do so. I mean, if you're asking them for money and funds, that's a different story. It kind of turns things sour, but I think by asking them for principles on how to succeed is very, very valuable. You want to avoid, having an official expectations of their time. So their time is very, very valuable and scarce, right? Time is a resource. So you don't want to monopolize a lot of their time. So the very people that you want to be mentors, simply they don't have that time. That's the problem, right? Don't be fearful for reaching out, but be respectful of their time. So you shouldn't be afraid to reach out to your mentor, but just be respectful for their time. Probably just looking at 5 to 10 minutes initially to generate a conversation and getting to know that person. If you say you're going to meet them for coffee or on a Zoom call, make it a 10-minute call. Maybe you end the meeting in 7 minutes so that you're, again, respectful for their time and understand that their time is very, very valuable. Number 4, keep it fluid, which is, I think, a great attribute. Really, you want to set up a loose structure. Not that I'm meeting with you every Tuesday at 6. That's a little bit too rigid. Keep an open line of communication. So whether you're texting the individual, meeting on a Zoom call, meeting face to face, because now we are moving around a little bit more, thank God. You might have a little bit more of a fluid type of relationship because it's very, very flexible. Understand that that relationship is going to change over time. We know that all valuable relationships do change over time. It starts off a certain way and it ends and evolves, right? It continues to evolve. Be committed to that mentor as well. Again, it will become natural to you two to spend over time together, and over time, you'll get used to what that looks like. Be open to adding new people to that mentorship. So just don't be stuck with that one or two persons that you might have found, but look and open it up that you might find other mentors along the way. Mentors can be found by just walking down the street, right? This is just, you just never know who you might meet. All right, places to find that mentor, right? Which brings us to our next topic. It's like a maze. Where do I find these people, Verlene? How can I tap into this resource? Okay. All right. And let me just go here, next screen, sorry. Okay, so first place to find these mentors would be networking events, right? Again, as I mentioned, things are opening up right now. So perhaps attending events, designed for people to get together, whatever that might be. Try to talk to as many people as you can once you get into that space, just mingle around the room, meet as many people you can in different industries. And don't be afraid, set your goals, but don't be too forward with your goals when you're speaking to someone or introducing yourself. Entrepreneur hotspots, right? You can just look for places like business incubators right now, again, because everything is opening up after COVID. An open workspace, right? Where you can get to do some work, but at the same token, you're going to meet other business owners or other entrepreneurs in the same space in different industries, and you're just meeting new people. One of those could be a good candidate to be your mentor. On weekly brainstorming meetings, it could be something like this, that you jump on a Zoom call to get new information, work with our organizations or other organizations where you're just learning more and meeting more and more other small businesses and business owners that you can mentor with. So whether you're meeting them, again, being creative, meeting them on Zoom, coffee shop, at the library, again, it could be anywhere, right? Just keep your eyes peeled and open for who you might be able to meet. So social media, right? You can be just here at your home. Again, you use this wonderful device, get on your phone and, go into LinkedIn, which is a very, very easy way to tap into a resource. You can find a mentor by just clicking and tipping, twice, maybe on Twitter, once on LinkedIn. And, depending on your demographics, it doesn't really matter anymore, right? Because, we're so used to this virtual world right now, it does not really matter. But you want to introduce yourself casually before asking for the specific engagement as a mentor. Other places, like I mentioned before, working with us here at EAP, organizations that are dedicated to helping individuals to start, grow, and expand their business, helping them run their business successfully. Request a virtual meeting. So right now we're not meeting all face-to-face, even with EAP, but virtual meetings. Again, I'm a business consultant and I meet with clients weekly to help them in these same areas. Forming lasting partnerships with whoever it may be, whether it's an SBA, the SCORE, our organization, whichever professional organization you're going to be working with, have that long-lasting relationship. So not only do you want to start up the business, but stay engaged with that business center. They can help you along the way, excuse me, and mentor you along the way. Some industry centers as well. So you might decide to attend an expo, an industry expo. I'll use the example as restaurants, an expo for restaurants or culinary expos. You might go to conferences right now. Again, maybe it's just a virtual conference, but it gives you the opportunity to have the information of the individuals attending this conference. Speaking events you might attend, online or face-to-face, depending on what you're comfortable with, and learning more about your industry, during the search. Of course, because you're going to be educating yourself at these events, whether it's a conference or surrounding yourself with those people within your industry. Okay, so now we look at indirect competitors, because remember I said before, may not be your direct competitors, maybe an indirect competitor. So if you're opening up a restaurant, it doesn't have to be a restaurant owner. It could be someone that's just in the same strip mall that you're getting ready to open your business, but they've kind of been there, done that, and they can help you with the do's and the don'ts. So again, it could be an indirect competitor, not direct competitor. Companies maybe within the same industry. So again, another restaurant, another food industry person could be targeted, maybe just, again, targeting a different segment of the marketplace. It could be someone across the country right now. There's no bearing, no borders, because we have Zoom, we have, GoToMeeting, we have all the different devices, Google Meets, whatever, we have FaceTime. Business owners, again, you can be anywhere, right? They have so much wisdom that they want to dispense to individuals. So you can use that wisdom to your advantage. You can volunteer, like another way. It's just, again, thinking outside of the box. You're going to meet so many people when you volunteer, whatever you do, whether you're a pet lover and you're going to go to an animal rescue, or whether you're volunteering to feed the homeless, whatever you're doing, volunteering with young children, you're going to be meeting college students in that environment, high school students, their parents, retirees. Again, so much information. You might even run into a corporate executive in the field that you're looking to do your business in. All of these people are able to teach us at some level, right? Plus you're going to be giving back to the community, and possibly, if you already have your business up and running, giving your business a positive reputation, in the process, right? And volunteering, you're giving back. And I know a lot of restaurant owners had really found herself volunteering during the pandemic, providing food and lunch for people that are essential workers, educators, police officers, and or again, medical professionals. So that's another way, again, to build a relationship and find and meet new people in the same industry. So again, your friends and family, that'd be another place to kind of start. You don't have to look so far to reinvent the wheel. Just ask around in the circle of people that you know. Again, check your contacts for your relatives, again, roommates. It can be very easy because you already have a somewhat of a relationship or maybe a very strong relationship with that individual. Okay, anywhere else you can actually find. You can be walking down the street. Again, open your mind to those experiences, to contacting and reaching these people. Potentially a mentor could be anywhere. It could even be a stranger that you're talking to. It could be someone that you're just getting acquainted with. Okay, before I open the questions, I'm gonna just show you this brief video. Hopefully I can get it going. And then I want to definitely open to questions. And let me just see if I can just see if we can enjoy this slide here on YouTube that I found. I think it's really helpful. Okay, so hopefully you can hear it. I'm gonna start it, but you have to let me know if you can hear it.
And finding a mentor for your business
Can everyone
really
hear?
help you, because a
Yes.
large fraction
Okay.
of all successful entrepreneurs credit a lot of their success to their mentors. And mentors can help you with insights that you aren't available to you otherwise. They can share their experience. They can provide you emotional support at critical times. Mentors are really valuable. So this is something that's worth the effort. Now, ultimately, what a mentor is somebody that cares emotionally about whether or not you're going to be successful. So this is something that takes some time to develop. We're talking about developing a relationship with a person that may or may not know you. And ultimately, the type of mentor that you want to find is somebody whose experiences will be useful to you as you go about creating your business. So maybe somebody who's created a similar business or gone through, started from a place that's similar to yours, economically.
Can you see the video?
Or geographically.
No,
Yes.
there's no video.
Ultimately,
You're not
Okay,
seeing
no-
the video?
No
we don't-
video.
No.
Oh,
about how
okay.
they,
Sorry, hold on for a
emotionally
second.
bought in to
I
help
thought
you.
it's audio.
It doesn't have to be a person that you know,
Okay, so wait, let me
because
just go back.
Yeah, now it's work. Yeah.
what you want to use
Okay,
Can you
is
make
a
it
skill of
from the
relationship.
beginning?
It's a skill that I talk about.
Can you restart it?
I will restart it. Hold on, just let me just get where I need to go here. Sorry, the bottom of the screen here. Okay, so I'm sorry, I thought they said yes, so I couldn't hear because someone didn't have the device on mute. Okay, so can you see the screen now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay.
all the
Can you
time.
hear it?
How can I find a mentor?
Yes.
And finding a mentor for your business can really help you, because a large fraction of all successful entrepreneurs credit a lot of their success
Oops, sorry.
to their mentors. And mentors can help you with insights that you aren't available to you otherwise. They can share their experience. They can provide you emotional support at critical times. Mentors are really valuable. So this is something that's worth the effort. Now, ultimately, what a mentor is somebody that cares emotionally about whether or not you're going to be successful. So this is something that takes some time to develop. We're talking about developing a relationship with a person that may or may not know you. And ultimately, the type of mentor that you want to find is somebody whose experiences will be useful to you as you go about creating your business. So maybe somebody who's created a similar business or gone through, started from a place that's similar to yours, economically or emotionally or geographically, or somebody that ultimately you fantasize about how being emotionally bought into helping you succeed. It doesn't have to be a person that you know, because ultimately what you want to use is the skill of relationship building. It's a skill that I talk about a lot in my first book, Startup Leadership. There's a whole chapter on relationship building. But the key to building a relationship with a person that you may not know at all, okay, is creating a shared objective, a shared bond. And when you don't know the person, the way you start is by saying how much you admire what they've done. And you let them know that you're a fan. And this has to be sincere. You have to really admire this person. And you're telling them why you admire them. And when you tell them that you admire them, you're often going to be able to ask to meet them. Just for a short period of time. We're talking about 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. That's what you're going to ask for. And you're going to do it by either an email with something like a headline of, I just wanted to let you know I'm a big fan of what you've done. Those type of emails, they get through the personal assistants. They're the emails that we all feel emotionally rewarded for reading, right? So when I had a big company and people, sent me emails like that, my assistant said, hey, you might want to read this. It'll make your day. Okay, so that's the sort of email that you're writing. It's something that's going to make their day. Hey, I'm a big fan. And then you're going to ask for 10 or 15 minutes to visit that person sometime in their office or where they hang out. Not more, okay? You're going to ask to meet them. Very high probability that they'll say yes. It'll be 10 minutes, you'll be rushed in, and during those 10 minutes, you'll want to reiterate that you're a big fan, but you'll want to ask 2 or 3 questions about, hey, I really admire what you've done. Here's a situation. What would you advise me to do in this situation? Just 1 or 2. And the person will be engaged, and hopefully you need to make it something that that person has experience in and would want to answer and share with you their ideas. And then you're going to take those ideas and you're going to actually use their advice. And within a couple of weeks, or at most a couple of months, you're going to write back a note to that person saying, I just want you to know that your advice was spectacular and it worked great. Here's what happened. That's going to make that person remember you and emotionally feel good about your name and that time that they spent together. And that gives you an opening. Go back to that person and as a follow-up and say, hey, you know what? Could you give me advice on this other thing? And maybe that advice will just be given by email, or maybe you ask for another 10 minutes. But the more you go back and say, hey, your advice really made a huge difference, and I'm even a greater fan now, the stronger your emotional bond is going to get with that person. That's what's going to make them ultimately care about your success and be a mentor. And ultimately, you'll get to the point where that person will say, hey, anytime you want to ask advice, I'm going to be here for you. So, and it works. And this is a great way to proceed with finding your mentor. Everyone.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, I'm going to stop sharing at this time, but I wanted to open up the floor for questions. I think there were some questions in the chat. Jay, I don't know if you can see them or not. Let me just see. Okay, so let me just over there. All right, so I think, can everyone speak if you wanted to speak? I think I gave everyone the opportunity to speak if they needed to speak. Or you can raise your hands and then we can ask the questions within the chat.
Yep. Berlin, this is Anthony. Is it okay to speak?
Okay, yes, yes.
Yep. Yeah. So this is Anthony Mampelli.
Sorry about that, Anthony.
No,
Sorry.
not at all. Not at all. So STEM Success is an organization that is focused on bridging the STEM skills gap. And the focus is really providing STEM skills to underserved students, because the premise is, the schools and the colleges don't do an adequate job, and the market has got some of these high-paying jobs. Unfortunately, students can't really get it. So the gap is huge, and that's where we come in. So my question to you is, how can I reach out to industry experts in the education sector who can really try to, give me some guidance, identify the niche, identify some areas of opportunity, and also guardrails, because the education sector, I think, is a little bureaucratic based on some of the.
A little, I think a lot.
so I just need some guidance, along those lines. Who would I reach, based on your.
Oh, yeah, so thank you, Anthony. Thank you for the question. I would go back to the presentation. We do really need to kind of look right in our network of individuals. Do you know anyone personally within your network that works in the school district? And are you looking for New York City school districts or Long Island or both?
Yeah, the vision is to go on a larger scale. So definitely, it would be spreading out. And right now, in fact, we are getting students even from out of states. So it is not just local. We started off local, and then we realized the demand is so huge. Those who are interested, we are just onboarding them as long as we have capacity. Yeah. So okay, no, that definitely is helpful.
Do you know like anyone in the industry right now, like anyone in the education industry? Because really looking at the school superintendents and looking at someone who's going to be a decision maker in that industry might be helpful to start there. Kind of hard to get meetings with them though, because they're very busy. Oh, and again, the bureaucratic, always in meetings all the time. But it may be a little different now that we're in this virtual world, that you might be able to get a small short meeting just to kind of see what's going on and in that regard. But I think if you know anyone in the circle of the education industry, that might be just a good place to just start. Now, I know that certain teachers, they do have certain networking circles. I don't know if you're not an educator, can you get into those meetings, whether they're Zooms or face-to-face? But maybe you would start small if let's just say you're in Bayshore, in the Bayshore School District, and see what meetings that their educators have and where do they meet, where do they hang out, so that you can kind of find a mentor, find someone in that space that can help you get to the next level. And do you know anyone else that's doing what you're doing, since the demand has really, you think that the demand has really increased over time right now? Do you know anyone else that's doing it locally?
Yeah, so there are different flares to enhancing STEM skills. So there are some who focus in on, say, robotics, or some very niche segment of this. So yeah, there are quite a few entrepreneurs who are into this. Yeah, absolutely.
So I know that, like, I live in the Freeport district. I know that Freeport does have a STEM program, and I know, even a lot of the private schools, I don't know if you're just tapping into public school districts only, but they have a lot of STEM programs in the private sector as well. So I know that Freeport has a nice STEM program. So knowing someone in that industry or, in that school district, perhaps you can just give me a call or email offline, and then we can talk more.
Yep, definitely. I appreciate that. Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Does everyone have the ability to speak that needs to speak? I'm still trying to work the Zoom thing, so excuse me. Anyone want to ask another question? Welcome any questions at this time. Or comments, maybe not a question. Does anyone on the call have a mentor already that they can share their experience? No one? Yes?
It's Algernon Alexis. I
Okay,
don't have a
yes.
mentor as yet, but as I spoke to, I think I spoke to you earlier, right? On the phone. Yeah.
Yes, you may have, yes.
Yeah. All right. So we'd have to continue this conversation on the phone because it's a little difficult for me to find a mentor in the area that I was talking to you about earlier.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
what I will do is tomorrow I am tied up between 9 and 1, and I will reach out to you as soon as I'm done with that meeting.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right.
Anyone else on the call would like to share with us your experiences and or challenges in looking for a mentor? And certainly, I don't know if everyone here is a member of, the entrepreneurship program here at Suffolk County, but we are available. Jay, can you put the phone number in the chat? Are you still online? Jay is also one of the employees that work here at the center and assist us with our Zoom calls
Sure.
and our Facebook Live and everything else that we try to do here on YouTube as well. But anyway, Jay is going to put in the chat the contact information to the office. More importantly, if you hadn't, our service is free. So if you're looking to come in to be mentored and maybe even sit down with a business consultant like myself, we have several in the area. We also have several that speak in different languages. So that might be something that's attractive to you as well, if you would like. But we also give the 60-hour class, which is basically a 10-week course where you spend Monday and Wednesdays and online. I don't know if the fall we're going to be going face-to-face again, but we're doing it now on Zoom calls. But we have it's a mentorship, because really you have people who are enrolled to set their business in place, get their business plan. They meet with myself, the business consultant, and they could be looking to grow their business, a business idea, expand their business, or revamp it totally, right? Offer new products, whatever they're doing, or services. So you are in a class with other entrepreneurs like yourself, and you can actually, utilize that resource when you're in the meetings and in the classes to contact the other business owners and really leverage with them. They could all be a mentor too. You never know what stage of the business process they're in. So I would encourage you to the 60-hour course to look at and evaluate those options if you have not already enrolled. And if not, just speaking to someone here, in our office, would be happy to help you finding a mentor, even just discussing you and being your mentors. All right. Any other questions? I don't want to hold everybody. I don't want to make it longer than it needs to be, but I want to give everyone a chance to chat if they would like. And I think Jay has actually put the Facebook information. He also put the phone number. Let me put my glasses on. Sorry about that. Okay, he put the information on our Facebook contact, and I think he also has the phone number, the YouTube, and I'll share that as well. 631-851-2222. You can just call the office and ask to speak to any of the business consultants, and we'll be more than happy to help with you. But without further ado, I guess we would actually close the meeting right now. And I wish you all very much success in finding a mentor and just being able to expand your horizons. And again, we're here for you.
Are you are you leaving, or should I wait until tomorrow to call you?
You can actually call the office tomorrow. When you say I'm leaving right now, if you want to try to give a call, I'm physically not in the office. I'm actually in my living room. So
okay.
I wouldn't hear the phone ring if you try to call it right now.
Okay,
certainly, but you can call the office. Thank you.
I will reach out to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. And the office hours, as far as someone being there, someone be able to get in contact with you, you could also email and try to get in contact with someone in case they're not in the office. So I'm working from my home office most of the time, but certainly get messages.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right. Well, all have a good night.
Good night.
And we will hope to see you on the next. Jay, do we have the topic on the next subject for next week? Are you there, Jay?
Yeah, let me check. I think that we have.
Okay, because we
Most
have
of
an
them, yeah, we have a Spanish and we have English also.
Okay, so we
I
have.
will post it right now.
Okay, you're gonna put it in the chat? I think he's gonna put the information there so you can sign in. But anyway, if you're not able to get the information on the link, you can certainly call the office tomorrow and ask to be invited in the other presentations. We normally have weekly, if not every other week, and it's normally on a Thursday evening. And you could always look at the rewinds if you go to the YouTube or visit the Facebook, you can see the presentations again.
All righty. Thank you very much.
All righty then. So everyone have a great night and continue to be safe.
Same to you.
All
Oh,
righty
thank you
then.
very much. Greatly appreciate this.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You
Good
too.
night.